Hey guys, you're watching Matt the Musketeer, and this week has been pretty hard on me, I am not going to lie to you. With the DDoS attacks that have been taking place on Battlefield on PC, they could not have been any worse timed really. As I mentioned in my video last weekend, I have been reinstalling my computer and upgrading my PC. So for that, I was formatting all of my hard drives and I lost all of the Battlefield footage I did have saved up. And then with the DDoS attacks, it has been pretty hard to join any decent games and get any decent footage for you guys. So I apologise if my upload rate seemed a little bit slow recently, but hopefully Battlefield does seem like it's back on track now. My PC is back up and running, so in the next few days everything should be back to normal. And speaking of upgrading my PC, the great guys at Rocat have posted out my Rocat gaming mouse and keyboard and the spare mouse that I will be giving away to one of you guys. So don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that competition. It's just taken a little while for that stuff to get to me. Obviously it has to come from one of their factories or offices in Germany, so it's taken a little while, but when that stuff arrives, I will be doing a review of the keyboard and mouse and picking one of my random subscribers to give that mouse to. So if you guys are new to my channel and want a chance to win that gaming mouse, don't forget to hit that beautiful subscribe button. Now, today I am playing Conquest on Operation Metro. I was on a server that was rotating through 3 different maps, Sen Crossing, Grand Bazaar, and Operation Metro, which are the 3 most popular infantry-based Conquest maps, I think. And out of those 3, I must say Sen Crossing is probably my least favourite. Grand Bazaar, as all of you guys already know, is probably my favourite. And Metro kind of sits in the middle somewhere. It's a bit of a love-hate relationship with Metro. I either do really well or really badly. So I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. Now what I want to talk to you guys about today is something that is to do with the piece of kit I am using in this video, the L85A2. Now some of you guys who play Metro might be questioning, why are you using a piece of kit like this? It's got a very slow rate of fire and a very long range. So to use those on a map like Metro that is of course very close quarters, very fast paced, isn't probably that preferable. People like to use things like the PP2000, the P90, the PDW, and of course things like the AEK and the M16, because they will use that weapon on any map in any situation. And that is the topic of today's video. I want to talk to you guys about something called the Doomsday class, or what I am going to call the Doomsday class for this video. And the idea behind the Doomsday class is if you had the option to use one piece of kit, one weapon, one class setup for the future of the Battlefield series, you could only ever use that one setup in any map, any game mode, any situation, and it had to be that same setup and class. What pieces of kit would you use? So it's kind of like a Doomsday situation. You've got one opportunity to pick up one weapon that will see you through all scenarios that you're going to face. What kind of setup would you use? And that's the reason I was using the L85 in this video, because it isn't usually the weapon I would pick for this kind of map and this kind of scenario. But I was thinking about it and thinking that this might be my Doomsday weapon, and I wanted to check out how well it would do in a situation like this. Now the L85A2 isn't the best weapon at close quarters and close combat. It isn't the greatest weapon at long range combat. It isn't even the greatest weapon at mid range combat. But what makes this weapon great is the fact that it is quite good at all of these situations. Now, when you're thinking about a Doomsday class, you've got to use this weapon in every single map type. So you could be playing armor kill, you could be playing close quarters, but you have to use this one setup. So you want to pick a weapon that isn't going to be overpowerful and do really well at close quarters, but then as soon as you're on armor kill, you can't hit anybody further than 15 meters away. You've got to pick a weapon that is balanced, that you can use quite successfully in every situation you're put in. Now, when I was trying to pick a primary weapon for my Doomsday class, it was quite a hard choice between the L85A2 and the AK-74M. The reason being, both of these weapons do have very similar stats. Both fire 650 rounds per minute. They have a very long range. Now the AK-74M does have a little bit more accuracy at range, but the L85A2 does have more manageable recoil, so both weapons do have some attributes and some negative points to them. Now once I had picked my primary weapon, I then went on to choose what kind of attachments I would want to see on this piece of kit. Now as you can see, in terms of a scope, I have chosen the reflex sight. A number of reasons for this. It has a very small red dot, so it's quite accurate at long range if you had it on single fire, trying to use it as a sniper rifle, getting some accurate headshots. And it doesn't zoom in too much, and it's not too bulky, so at close range it doesn't block your field of view, and it's quite an accurate piece of kit. So this scope is quite good for different variations of combat situations. Now, for the rest of my attachments, I couldn't decide between using the foregrip and the heavy barrel, which is something that I know a lot of people do disagree with. Some people say the foregrip and the heavy barrel together don't work well. For me personally, I find they do increase my accuracy and reduce hip fire a little bit, but that's just my thoughts on that. But I couldn't decide between having that set up or maybe taking away the foregrip and having the laser attachment. Now the advantages to this are, of course, it does increase hip fire accuracy by 10%, which is something that this weapon could use. As I said, it's not the greatest weapon for close quarters combat, so being able to increase your hip fire accuracy, which is something you always do at a close range situation, then that could be quite a useful, kind of piece of kit as well that would round off this weapon just a little bit more. Now, I didn't pick a suppressor for this weapon because I didn't want to reduce its range or its power and damage. So if I want to go into stealth situations, this is where I have decided on my secondary weapon. I have picked the G17C, the suppressed version of the Glock. The reasons I went for this, as I said, it is suppressed, so if I need to go into a stealth situation and I don't want to give my position away, I can whip out my silence pistol, and it has a 17 round magazine, one of the largest magazines in the game, not the largest, but one of them, and of course, it does have a quick reload, so these are all good attributes to have as a secondary weapon. Now, moving away from the two main weapons, my squad specialization that I would always take with me would be the frag grenade perk. I find that's quite a dominant perk to use. Having the ability to throw 2 grenades over a player who just has the one is quite a powerful feature. But that pretty much rounds up my Doomsday class. In the comment section below, I want to hear from you. Which weapons would you take into combat if they were the last weapons you were ever allowed to use in Battlefield? I want to hear all in the comment section below. And if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. It does help me out a lot. And in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Hoorah.